everybody? It is Why Not Wednesday, and it is time for the Why Not Podcast. I am your host, TQuest, the voice goddess, alongside DJ ILL Nino, award winning that is, and of course, Mr. RMB himself, even though he does sing, DJ Cyclops.
Who said that?
Well, every time we want you to sing, you don't sing, so whatever. Let's get it.
It's time for the Why Not Podcast. Why not podcast? Why not podcast? Podcast with DJ ILL Nino, TQuest, and DJ Cyclops.
Alright, try to different beat. I don't really like that. So I'm going back to the old faithful on the next joint. You know what I mean? It's alright, but yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
With the show Power.
Oh.
The first beat was flawless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the next comment, it's cool, but it ain't the original.
That part.
You know?
That part.
I mean, that's true.
Look, it's cute.
It's alright.
And the thing about it is, Mr. Curtis, he knew what he was doing when he played that second one.
You think so?
And, yeah, he was like, let me try something. And then everybody like, nah, he probably saw on social media, like, go back to the original.
Wait, are you saying that he did it on purpose because he knew people wouldn't like it? Or he legitimately tried to try something new and it just was an epic fail?
He tried something new and it was an epic fail.
Well, a lot of people do that. Just like when you watch different sitcoms, if you notice, the theme music changes every few seasons. You know what I'm saying? But this is the first time people was like, nah, bro. No, we straight. It can be commenting. I didn't even watch the show, but I heard about that. So you know it was serious.
And then all the other now, I would say, what is it, BMF? I think it's BMF. They have a good theme song. I think that's the one with Charlie Wilson. I think that's the one. Whichever one Charlie Wilson's on.
Good job. You're such a fan. Good job.
Look, I'm a fan of the show, not necessarily the music.
How many seasons you saw?
I've seen all of them.
Okay.
I went
So you're a fan of the show, not a fan of the music, but it's one of your favorite theme songs. See, your stories don't be adding up today.
But like BMF, okay, so you know there's the whole Power universe, right? So you got Power, you got Ghost Book Power 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you have
Soldier Life, what up?
You have Tommy, the Tommy story. Then you have Raising Kanan. Then you have BMF. BMF is on the bottom of that list for me when it comes to the shows. So I watch it when I watch it, but I'm more of the OG Power. That was when
the Ghost Power.
Yeah.
I got you on that. I got you.
Well, whatever.
That's what we doing, Quest. That's what we doing.
I watched like the last 2 episodes. I watched the first episode of Power, and then like the last few episodes of the last season. Okay.
when Mary got killed.
Okay, let me try this again. I watched the first episode in season 1 of Power.
Oh, Power. Okay, okay,
Then I saw the last few episodes of Power when
gotcha.
Ghost died.
Got-
And then I watched Ghost with Youngin. You know what I'm saying? Then I watched Force, not Tommy.
I
So
feel like the name of it. Like
you see the thing they play with black people do it. They don't actually say the name. It's like Wakanda versus Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, And Raising Cane, I always think of the chicken place Raising Cane. Um
I still ain't been there yet.
right? We
What?
tried when we was in Orlando. We tried. The line was so long. And I'm just like, do we really want to stay in the line for
For
some
some
chicken
chicken.
tenders?
Now
When
I'm good with that.
technically we can make chicken
I mean, there's
tenders.
that.
it's it's okay. It's not on the top tier of my list, but it's okay. Now, the sauce is good.
You know what? Walmart got the dupes for all the sauces now.
That is facts. They
They
got the
do.
bootleg sauces.
They got
They
they
got the
got
bootleg sauces. Yes, they
they got
do.
the Big Mac one, which
Yep.
Nina loves.
Yep.
Oh, they
Yep.
do.
Yes,
Yes,
they do.
they got the dupe of
They got the Raisin Cane dupe.
they got the Raising Cane one, and they
Yep.
got the Chick-fil-A one too.
Yep.
Oh snap! See, I knew they had the. Well, I guess y'all won't
Yo,
have it.
Cyclops, your mic connected, or we coming through the computer?
Y'all, my mic is connected. Can you?
I thought it was just because he just woke up and he just sounded
Yeah,
hot
you
and
sound,
messy.
you sound a little high. I just woke up too, so you know what I'm saying. I just woke up too. Yeah,
I'm
you
glad
sound,
you
you
feel
sound a
well
little.
rested while I'm the one that now wants a nap. Good job,
I
fellers.
got you. I can help you with that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but
I was like, hey, all right, good nap, good nap.
yeah, you know what I mean. But that's all good. Yeah, I tried the Big Mac. The Big Mac joint is nice. I do that one. I haven't tried any of the other ones yet. They got, well, and matter of fact, and they got the bootleg tenders too. You know what I mean? They got bootleg I think bootleg Raisin Cane tenders
Oh wow.
And
in
then
the store.
with the Chick-fil-A and the Raising Cane dupe, you got to make sure you get the right one. One is called like chicken strip sauce and chicken finger sauce or something like that. It's like chicken sauce versus chicken finger sauce. They all bougie with
So
it.
I
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? You
Oh
said,
my bad. Can y'all hear me?
yeah, we hear you, but you said chicken strip and chicken. Wait,
One
what?
of them called like chicken sauce, which is like I think the Chick-fil-A version, and then chicken finger sauce is like the Raising Cane version.
Gotcha,
I think
gotcha.
that you can just check whatever color looks like the sauce you used to. That's the bottom. But
So,
that is yeah, the one I get is normally like a peachy. Oh yeah, that's it right there.
but
like,
go ahead, Cyclops.
no, go ahead.
No, please
No,
continue.
no, ladies first.
Cyclops.
Yeah, because
So,
I was gonna switch into another subject based on what we were talking about. That's why I said I want you to
oh,
continue.
oh,
That.
no. So wait, do y'all have? Because I know y'all don't have Whataburger in Florida,
First
right?
of all, yes, we do,
Oh, y'all got. Oh, okay.
and we got stock in Whataburger. So
So y'all got the spicy ketchup in Walmart too.
yes,
Okay, that's okay.
but we're not buying spicy ketchup if I know how to make spicy ketchup.
Oh,
And Whataburger is right down the street. I'll just get some packets. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, I forgot to get my spicy ketchup with my order. They don't pay attention who actually comes in for. You know, I could have been in the car.
mm, I didn't know that y'all had Whataburger down there.
Cyclops, you gotta realize every corporation now is fighting and competing with the
Yeah, you
next.
know my man is like, yo, why y'all get Whataburger? Get out of here. Whataburger is literally is not far from here. It's you know what I mean. It's not far at all. I can probably in 10 minutes. I can get to depending on what way I'm going. I'm 10 minutes from this one. I'm 10 minutes from another one. And probably 20 minutes from another one. There's quite a few.
Wow.
I can make Whataburger in 10 minutes as long as the meat is unthawed.
Uh-oh.
Why not?
I'm saying? Why
Yeah.
not? Why the hell not? All right, but so what is the? All right, now, y'all made me look. I'm looking at. They got the Raisin Cane's dipping sauce duplicate. They got the hot mustard sauce
Who
from
got
South-
hot
the
mustard?
the
that's
Southwest
from the Southwest hot
delicious.
mustard from that's like from the chicken nuggets.
That's why I liked it. I didn't even realize it didn't even click.
That's what
Now
it
that's
is.
funny.
Yeah, they got the Raisin Cane's. Well, they got the Raisin Cane's honey mustard sauce. They had a Chick-fil-A's chicken dipping sauce. I don't know what this is a dupe of, but they got some kind of medium wing. Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings, medium wing sauce.
Who gets medium sauce?
Yeah,
Yeah.
get out of here. Get out of here. They got the Freddy's French fry dipping sauce.
Wow, I liked it. The
I
Freddy.
still never been to Freddy's.
Yeah, they got Olive Garden's Italian dressing.
Mm.
Oh, that's the Big Mac sauce. That's it. That's all I see on this right here.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I could go to Walmart and give me some Big Mac sauce and don't even have to go to McDonald's now.
No,
Great.
it
And it's
is.
at a good price too.
It is at facts. Yeah,
Like
yeah. You keep
$6.
talking about it, then all of a sudden it's gonna be twice the damn price. Get out of here with that.
And clearly, people watch our podcast because even the bigger dogs,
Facts.
they be taking all their topics.
Like, look, son, what's going on with that? You know what I mean?
They be taking what are topics?
Yeah, they say this cane sauce tastes. I'm reading a lot of up about this. They say the cane sauce tastes exactly like it. You know what I mean? So if y'all cane fans, don't feel like standing in line. Y'all can go ahead and get the sauce from your local Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people say like all the sauces are basically the same, right? Like especially like Chick-fil-A and Raising Cane's. All it is ketchup and mayonnaise.
No, it's not. And don't say that.
That's what I've heard.
Well, people lie, Cyclops. They lie.
Lying ass.
But yes, mayonnaise is a base of a lot of sauces, but we don't want to dwell on that.
Yeah, I know some people that don't like mayonnaise.
No.
Okay, new subject. Yes. Dang, I had a good one too. Y'all should let me go first.
I told you.
Huh?
I tell you to go first.
Okay. All right. So what I wanted to say is when we were talking about the different like dupes and stuff. You know what? I forgot, to be honest. I'm not even gonna try to fake it. Not even gonna try.
Oh man.
It was so good. I'm so sad.
You like so
When
yeah.
I was about
No.
to sit, now let me stop.
My bad, y'all.
But I did have something that I want to say. And like you just said, you know, it seems like the big dogs are watching what we talk about now. But this was a conversation we had over the phone. And now all of a sudden there's a video out talking about the DJs don't need to play all the 90s and 2000s music. Just need to stick between the 2020 and 2025.
Oh, okay. That's a
Like I
You talking about the one with that lady on there? You talking about
Yeah.
that lady was talking about it?
Yeah, I've seen so many DJs post that up and so many different outlooks on it. But the main comment is she must not have been born in the 90s.
I love
No.
how y'all bringing that up when I tagged y'all both in the thing.
Well,
I just want to say something. Hey, yo, hey.
no. The thing is not that she wasn't born in the '90s, because if you were born in the '90s, that's not going to be music that you want to hear. because that
Mm-hmm.
means you was a child. If you was born in the 90s, you want to hit 2000s and 2010s. If you were born in the 90s, that's going to be your era. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because like people that were born in late 80s, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all era normally is 2000s. You know what I
Facts.
mean? It's normally 2000s, normally y'all era.
Right
Y'all
before the
may, y'all
99
may,
and the 2000.
y'all may like some 90s songs, but it's not necessarily your bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And real talk, to keep it real about what she was talking about, it all depends on your crowd, your audience. You know what I mean? You got a bunch of 20-year olds, and you're playing Tupac and Biggie. You're missing your crowd because they don't
Yeah.
necessarily want to hear that. I just saw a thing yesterday. Me and Quest happened to be watching.
You remember that thing I was telling you about?
We happened to be watching. It was Jay Z performing, and much props to Jay Z. Jay Z does things that I think a lot of people should do. Because when they called him up, they started doing a couple songs, and they played the regular version. You know, the one with the vocals on it. And he
Mm-hmm.
stopped. He's like, "Nah, I don't do that." He's like, "I don't do that. I don't do that." He said, "I don't mean to be doing your job, but I don't perform over the vocals." And the dude, I love Jermaine Dupri. He said, "Yeah, we got the instrumental right. We got it right." And the dude put the instrumental on, and Jay Z started performing. And Jay Z and then JD Jermaine Dupri asked him to perform. I say Jigga What Jigga Who. You know what I mean? That song is very popular. Very,
Yeah.
that's one of his very popular songs. And for and for the same reason, the DJ didn't have instrumental of that. So Jay was like, "Yeah, I just perform it a cappella." And he started performing it. Crowd wasn't with it. They was like, you know what I mean? I don't just, because you can tell he was doing that. He was like, ba 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 ba, and, trying to get the feedback from the audience. Audience was like, look, real light with their response. But him, instead of complaining, whining, y'all, why y'all like, instead of doing that, he's
Which
like,
a lot of celebrities been doing lately. That's all I'm gonna
facts,
put out there.
facts. Yeah, instead of whining and complaining about it, he's like, wait a minute, watch this. So he did his verse off the click,
Mm-hmm.
and then the audience was like loud as all hell when he did that. He's like, say, you know what I'm saying? You had all that audience feedback. So he's like, I like how he said, y'all don't want to hear this. Watch this. Then he went right into the click, and then then he got the mad crowd participation from the audience. And that's what it is. He knew what his audience was. He knew Jermaine Dupri may have wanted to hear this. That could be like maybe the bar or whatever, or the person that's booking you. They may want to hear that,
Yeah.
but the crowd may want to hear another thing. You know what I mean? Jermaine Dupri wanted to hear Jigga What Jigga Who, but he knew the crowd wasn't feeling that, so he went right into this, and the whole audience was into that heavy. I'm like, yeah, he know what he's doing. You know what I mean? For one, he's not performing over the vocals, which I personally can't stand. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I like for what? But this was old. This was old before the stems and all that. Nowadays, Jay can perform whatever song you want because you just take the vocals out, just twist the
Exactly.
knob, and the vocals are out, and you can do whatever the hell you want to do.
That's funny.
Yeah, but that's true though. But the thing about that, you got to know your crowd, and maybe she's going to the wrong parties. You know what I mean? But we all know there are a lot of DJs that their crutch is the '90s and 2000s. No matter where they at, that may be that crutch. Let me play. I don't know. The Benjamins. And some people ain't playing the Benjamins for other reasons now. Um, yeah, but let me play the Benjamins, and the people in the crowd would rather hear Future and stuff like that. So you know what I mean. So I understand, but I think there was some disconnect to that. I,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
what are your thoughts, Quest?
Thank you for asking.
Why not?
As a professional content creator, I don't think it was a real video. I think it was just for the algorithm, the
It's engagement
impression.
farming.
Yes. right? But if it so happened to be real, I feel that because everything's based on your own personal experience. So she could have went to a lot of clubs where some DJs stay in their comfort zone because that's all they know.
No, yeah,
And I'm just like with me, I'm very diverse. I love a lot of genres. I love a lot of decades. So when I'm out, as long as the DJ is rocking, transitioning, and blending the way he's supposed to, like I could vibe with you. But once in a while, even though 2000 is my era, like I want to hear some of the new stuff. I want to hear some Lola Brooke. I want to hear some Honey Bee. I want to turn up in a club, with the new joints too. You know what I'm saying? So some people get tired, like you can't play nothing else. Sometimes they can't play nothing else because they didn't even take the time to really, put some crates together. So they just playing what they play. I've said it before. I used to see this residency of this DJ at this spot and he played the same stuff every week to the point I can literally tell you the songs he's gonna play. You know what I'm saying? But if the people paying him ain't complaining, that means he ain't trying to change it. But I'm like, it looks bad for other people who may want to book you, possibly, but not based off
All
this.
right, here come the Buster Rhymes is coming up next. Right here, come. Oh, he got it this time. Last time he did this transition was off. He did much better this time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. But I just I just say some people are just lazy. Some people are aggy, and at the end of the day, you play what you want. Go home if you want to. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go to the club. You don't have to listen to it like nowadays. You don't have to listen to the radio station. On
hmm
mainstream, you can listen to the GLM radio network and get what you actually want to hear. You don't have to, like, there's so many options, but people would rather complain than just to solve the problem. So,
No, that's
and
facts. That's facts. Go ahead, Cyclops.
I would say this, um, like you said, depending on your crowd, right? But then if you're say 2021, boom, 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 right? And you're constantly going to a club that's, I don't know how you get in, but it's 30 and 35 and up, right?
I've gotten plenty of times.
This
So,
this this woman.
so the music that you're expecting to hear because you're younger, you might not get because you're in the older establishment. Does that make sense?
No, I understand that. I understand that. Because if you go in a club that says "grown and sexy," don't necessarily expect to hear sexy red.
Exactly.
It depends because nowadays everybody
Well, yeah,
is
well, yeah, yeah,
outside.
yeah. You can have the young nana that's in there. You have
Okay.
young nana that want to hear fat, juicy, and you know what I'm saying. She may want to hear that.
Let's go. So
You know what I mean?
nowadays, that's the thing. Everyone's evolving, but then some DJs are still stuck.
Well, then you gotta know. Then you gotta know how to. You gotta know what your main substance of the night's going to be. But you should also be able to, if needed, drop some of the younger stuff in there. You know what I mean? So in some places, if you had a grown and sexy, and you play sexy red, folks going to want to storm the stage. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, "Yo, what the hell you doing? What is that?" I came here not to hear none of this
I
stuff.
don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to know, and let's keep it a buck. If you one of them DJs that can control the damn floor, at the end of the day, you can play what the hell you want. Once you get in your bag once you get in your bag and everybody is like, "Yo, damn, he's on it," you can play whatever the hell you. It could be a '90s party, and if you blend in, fat, juicy, and wet. If you blend that in right, and you can be right in '90s bag, but the crowd is like, you're gonna get some of the people that's gonna look, but then they're gonna say everybody else is still vibing to your joint, so they're gonna be like, yeah, whatever, I'll just ride with it. You know what I mean? Once you get in your bag, you can play for the most part anything you want as long as you don't crash out and play some real stupid song. Yeah, for real. Like if you're in the '90s and you all of a sudden you decide to play your personal B side that don't nobody but seven people know, then it's gonna be a problem.
Cyclops does it on his Twitch. We love supporting them independent artists and them local people from the Jew joint.
Hey, you got to, because aren't we DJs? Aren't we supposed to be breaking records? I'm just saying.
Yeah, it broke, all right. No, but what, what was the rest of your comment on the situation, Cyclops?
And then another thing was, like Nino said, he said it earlier. Basically, you gotta pay. If the club owner, like what you said with JD wanted to hear from Jay Z, but when he did it, and the people wanted to hear something else, right? So how do you manage that? Because I've been in places where the manager or the person that booked me is like, we only want to hear this, but it's not getting the people on the floor. So you try to slide something in, and we see that works, but then the owner or the person that booked you just come back and be like, well, we don't want to hear this. But so you got to think about the person that pays you, but then you got to look at your reputation at the same time. If you ain't got nobody on the dance floor, what are you supposed to do?
Before Nino answer that question, I wanted to give feedback to the whole Jermaine Dupri and Jay Z situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because during it, like JD, he was being professional because it was a social deaf type of festival, right?
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, this is how we rehearsed it. Da, da, da. No, because you have to know who you're booking. If you've been cool with this man for so long, then you should have known that he do not perform over the song. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Only instrumental. You should have known that. There's no excuses. Even if you said during your rehearsal, maybe he wasn't there during rehearsal, which I doubt he was. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just playing the music. Oh, this is the part. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. Either way, y'all should have confirmed it. Y'all too grown, too professional, and too mainstream to drop the ball like that. You know what I mean? Then if you didn't know and you didn't confirm it, your DJ shouldn't have had the options just in case. So when he had to do acapella, you want me to do this, that's cool and all. But if I'm looking at my crowd and they ain't feeling that song and I'm doing acapella, I'm gonna go to another acapella. Because at the end of the day, that's showing that he's a true professional. Because so many people are so used to, as DJs, they're so used to their playlists that you can't throw them off because
Yeah.
you mess them up. A lot of artists are used to their show tracks, so you can't throw them off throwing in a live band or going straight instrumental or scratching on their thing. Like, wait, what are you doing? You're messing me up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people, it's like this. A lot of people know how to jump rope, but a lot of people don't know how to double dutch.
You gotta get him. You gotta get him.
So he showed you, and he was professional about it. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not performing over the track. At the end of the day, y'all can listen to that at home. Like, what y'all here for? Like, it was such a
Yeah,
flex.
that's facts. That's
Yeah.
exactly what he said. Y'all can listen to that at home. You know what I'm saying? But y'all come to see me do that.
It was
Y'all
such
can
a
listen to
flex.
that at home. You know what I mean? That was that right there was showed true professionalism. You know what I mean? The first time I saw Jay do that at a concert, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Because I think you should be able to perform live. I don't want to hear you screaming over your regular song. I don't want you screaming over the vocal. You know what I mean? Or if your mic mad low, the song is real crisp. I can hear the vocals from the song crisp as all hell, and I'm hearing you whispering. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that either. You know what I mean? I don't. You know what I mean? I don't. Singers do that sometimes too. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Because
Hell are
boy,
you singing over your track for? Why are you singing
man,
over your vocal
look, I
tracks?
was I was very disappointed in the sound check of a very well known artist back in the day,
Who?
and we're doing
Hello.
Dun, dun, dun.
we were doing sound check, and I was
For
like,
what song?
look, um, just say nobody was there.
So nobody was it Keith Sweat?
I was like, yo, we're doing the sound check, boom, boom, boom. And I'm helping with the sound engineer, right? And he's on stage, and I'm like, why do I hear the vocals? And I was like, maybe they go. This is way before STEM, way before. This is like 12 years ago, right?
12 years ago. Okay,
So,
that narrows it down. Continue.
so I'm sitting there like, okay, maybe this is just for rehearsal, just for rehearsal. He's not really giving his all, so he wants to, just play the track. Cool, great. Get to the show. Say, this dude's actually singing over his vocals. And that's when I was like, man, can't do it. Like, I love people that actually can sing without listening. Like when I went to my wife's concert, Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh, so you can say her name, but not his. Okay, but
she actually sung. Like
Who did you say it was? Who? Who's the person?
Keith Sweat.
No, I'm not talking about Keith. I'm talking about the one that you said when you went to.
Oh, Jasmine Sullivan.
Who?
Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh, Jasmine Sullivan. Okay, I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, so like she actually sung like without no vocals, it was great. And then I'm just like, yeah, like I think out of all the concerts I've been to, Keith Sweat was probably the only person I've heard that did vocals over this one.
Well, I mean, there's some people that don't even sing their vocals. You know what I mean? Oh, you got your hand up, Quest?
hi, yeah.
Go ahead.
I just want to say something really quickly. I understand that there are many artists out there, mainstream independent, that rap over and sing over their vocals, right? It's to the point, I don't care as long as it sounds good, because they all don't sound trash if they're singing over their vocals, rapping over it. All of it's not bad. I've heard a lot of it. I've done it myself before. And the only reason I've done it before is because when I first started, I was doing TV show tracks. But then after performing for a while, some places, their equipment wasn't at the par, and it made my show sound crazy. So I'm like, you know what? Just play the regular song. I'm just going to go over the regular song because your system's on a hot mess. Now, we've heard people rap over it. They heard them sing over it. They make it do what it do. Like I said, they all don't sound bad. It's just if you really can hold it and flex that thing live. Because at the end of the day, I always tell people, I don't go to the concerts to hear you sing and rap. I go to your concerts to see you entertain me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to hear the riffs. I want to hear the vibrato. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the dance moves. Like, I want to see the flowing and the rapping and the like, I want you to entertain me at the concert. One thing I don't like about vocals being on vocals, not because it doesn't sound, it's all about the clarity of it. Some of it sounds very distorted. Not every show. The majority of them sounds distorted. And that's the main reason why you shouldn't rap or sing over it. But if you know how to flex that thing, then flex that thing. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing you can't do is keep talking about people and judging them for what they do or don't do. And then what you doing? Because Cyclops performed for 18 hours at the Fleet Conference over the vocals.
Wait. I performed on my course. In my verses, my vocals are out. The only thing you hear is my ad-lib.
The course was coming in too high. It sounded distorted.
Like that is I always do that. I always leave the course in, take my lead vocal out of my verse and use my ad-libs.
But I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just trying to be real, because even like that, I tell you guys, a lot of the conferences, the music is blaring too loud that it makes things sound crazy. So when your song is coming in hot, the levels is coming in hot, the hook is coming in hot, and then you over the hook that's already coming in hot, it was just too much that it wasn't pleasant to the ears. That's what I mean. Every part matters. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's what was sound check. I remember I did a sound check for a show, and a whole different sound engineer was there for the show. Once we started, what was the point of me coming early? You know what I'm saying? Because it'll mess the whole thing up. So every part plays a factor. So I don't know if you noticed that, but during your performance, all of it was coming so hot about the hook that it.
And
Huh?
I guess I didn't notice that, but what you just said happened to at the explosion in Austin that I just did. We had a whole sound engineer for sound check. Sounds was crisp. Get to the show part, it's a whole different person. And all the artists are like, why is our levels not sounding like it did in sound check? I said, well, see, I guess they switched out sound engineers and oh no what happened. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, because I was like, you know, if you go do a sound check with a person, make sure the sound engineer, make sure the person is
Same
going to
person there.
be.
Absolutely. But you understood what I'm coming from. Like all of it has to play a factor, right?
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
like you was rocking out, but then if the levels ain't there 100%, it takes away from it sometimes. So like when
mm-hmm.
I see like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, I think when they perform, um, Megan drops her leads, Cardi doesn't, and you can definitely hear the difference, even though they performing on the same song.
Yeah, one of these things ain't like the other. I'm sorry. Did I just say that? Not my bad. My bad. No, but that's real. That's like because we used to do a open mic back when I was in Jersey. Used to do open mic, and you know me. You know I like scratching and all that. You know you got a rhymers freestyling over. Sometimes it be freestyling over instrumentals, right? And me, I'm not gonna just press play and let it go. I'm going to do a little dancing on the song, but I know how to make sure it's in beat. There's some rappers that it's like they falling down the steps. Oh, when they hear a little scratching, you know what I mean? They like I'm like y'all not gonna make it here. I mean that's me in my head. That's me in my head. I'm like y'all because when they look at you, yo, what you doing? You messing me up. I'm like, that's all right. I let them do what they do. But what I used to do, I used to change the beats, but I would keep it at the same BPM. You know what I mean? But I may change the beat. You may be rhyming on one beat, but when you get to a certain point, I may do a little scratch and then boom, drop another beat. Now some people fell out of the airplane when that happened. You know what I mean? Some people fell out there. It's like, wait a minute. Let me catch the beat. And that showed me the people that were more elite in my eyes. You know what I mean? Because there's some people be like, yo, do what you do, and I'll be back there killing it. Now, I wouldn't be at 101 and drop it to, for instance, Jigga what? Jigga, that's way down there. That's in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, well, actually, it's in the 60s. I wouldn't do that because that will be an issue. You know what I mean? That will be an issue for the folks. So I did not do that. But the folks, after they were there, after they were there, I they got used to what was going on. They got used to what it was and what was going on. So it was fun after a while.
Now I would say I DJed for an artist just a few weeks ago, and his manager called me like 2 days before. He was like, "Okay, so we're gonna give you these tracks. Don't blend over them. Don't scratch over them. Don't do nothing doing the song. All you could do is do a little transition, a nice little transition out, a little backspin, or do something else at the end of the song. But don't do nothing during the song." I said,
Say
"Bro,
that again. Don't do nothing. Okay.
Yeah, that's what he's like. Don't do nothing during the song. I said, oh, okay. So it goes to what you're saying. Not everybody is capable to adapt to what the DJ is doing. Now, hats off, TQuest, you did your thing when and at the conference, you you were able to adapt to the different not genres, the songs that Nino was playing. That's because y'all rehearsed, but at the end of the day,
We
you
didn't
still.
rehearse.
if y'all if y'all only knew what the hell we did, I know some folks were shocked at that. It's like, damn. Nah, we basically
All we
that
did was drop the vocals.
yeah, we basically um the night before. Was it the night before, right?
Yeah, it was the night before when Cyclops won all the awards.
Yeah, but yeah, when we won he wasn't there. Somebody broke T Quest Award. You know what I'm saying?
Savages.
Shout out to Whitney. My bad. Yo, that'd have been a flex and a half if we'd have been there. Especially when folks found out a year later and be like, "What the?"
That was a year.
Yeah, and it was a great year. You know what I'm saying? Dun, dun, dun. Um,
You know what that
go ahead,
reminds me
Quest.
of? What it reminds me of is it depends on how well you know your songs. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I'm performing a song that I just wrote and recorded and I just want to perform it, like don't be doing all extra stuff. I still don't barely know the words. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still
But
trying to memorize it.
right?
Like,
No, just let my track play. But when you truly know the songs, then a DJ can do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Like with that said, I knew all the songs except for the intro because the intro I just wrote to to um to match the event. So I
yeah.
did a two fly freestyle to match the event. So we let that rock and then we flex on them hoes. Hey, what up, John? But you have to be confident in your songs. Like Jay-Z, he's a real performer. So he's confident in his songs. Cyclops, you know your songs. So I'm sure if you had a DJ behind you and they switching it up, you know your lyrics enough to like I can roll with it, right?
Yeah.
So it's about how confident you are. Nowadays, we have new artists coming out every 3 seconds. That they just like, long as the song play, I'm good. I can catch my breath during the second verse. I'm rapping and stuff because I've seen it before. You can see them running out of breath or they can't catch their breath. They can't keep up with it, so they'll pause and then they'll go back about 3 lines. Like you were witnessing it, and not just independent, but mainstream too. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are not like performers. So if you're doing all this extra fancy stuff, they be like, "Whoa, DJ, I'm not there. Don't do that. Just play my track."
Like I couldn't even do no, sound effects, no horns, no nothing. I was like, this is this.
As long as the check cleared.
Yeah, it sure did. I was just like, wow, this is interesting.
Yeah, I've been at joints. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stomp all on you. I've been at joints that people basically been doing the same thing. Like, yo, just hit play. I mean, when you at star quality people, you just basically gonna hit play and stand get away from the equipment. That's basically what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like if you had one of them concerts that got several acts and whatever, and you are the DJ, you are basically a sound person. You're not really a DJ at that time. So that's the mindset that I get. Like doing some open mic things is different because you're actually acting as a DJ. But when you are playing artist tracks, you know what I mean? When you're playing their tracks, I call that just jukebox. You just there, hit the button and go on about life. You know what I mean? Hit the button and go on about life, because they may have done this performance in 75 cities. You know what I mean? So they then already got it committed to memory. What is going to drop here? Then they could have some random that's coming out doing a backflip and a dance at a certain part in the song. I'm serious. I'm serious. You know what I mean? They got a random person come out there and boom and do what they do, but they didn't already practice that because that's part of their routine. So I understand it. I know what you're hearing. All right, boom, I hit the thing, and I basically look away. You know what I mean? I may stand over there to make sure it's playing. You know, because if for whatever reason it cuts off or there's an issue, I'm there for that. But I'm not at that particular moment acting as a DJ. You know what I mean? I'm basically acting as a jukebox at that time. You know what I mean? Yeah, everything's in it. Yeah. All you do is like play this, and that's like what you call it. Like even at the conference, it's going to be like that. For the people at the artist showcase spotlight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They got
And
everything. All you're basically doing is in play and going about life.
and
That's
this is the crazy thing because now usually if you have a long
pause.
set list, sorry.
Stop talking. Never mind.
If you have a set that is a little lengthy in time, right?
It's a
Um,
what?
that's why I say in time, okay?
Yeah.
So he had it to where he even had the pauses where he was going to talk in the
Yeah.
track.
That's where it's supposed to be.
I said, oh, like so what you're going to say each time. So it's not like you're being creative to say something different.
No,
You're
well, he
trying
may
to
say
be
something different, but he know exactly where he's gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? He know where he's gonna say it. Yeah, and real talk, that's kind of where it should be. Then that allows you to perform. I mean, everybody can't be me in Quest. You know what I'm saying? That's up there doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, oh damn. For one, why is this man up here on a two fly?
oh the truth not like
What the hell is? Why is he up there? Why is he up there? And I love that the people ain't nobody say nothing. I ain't get no flack. Well, maybe some people in the audience was like, "Oh, why Nino up there?" I don't know.
I can bet what she said I can hear.
I'm just like, because they was like, is he security? What's it?
That's
Oh,
the
she one of
bodyguard.
those.
Man.
She's security.
and then when you like, can I get sound
I'm
on this?
securing something. You know what I'm saying?
They're probably like, oh, he needs sound on his controller. Wait, what? Why? Why he needs sound on his controller? Like, oh man. Well,
Yeah. What's
I
Nino do? Why is Nino up here?
You know what I just realized? Ever since then, they had a rule: no one can have their own DJs after that conference.
Really?
yeah,
I
because
haven't seen
I had shouts out to Tiffany J. Shouts out. She asked me to do her set for her the next year, and I asked her like, nah, no personal DJs. I said, okay.
But let's make this let people know that if you're a professional artist, you should have your own DJ when you perform. Just not with us.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And also, I think um, I can almost understand when it is a conveyor belt that they want blah, 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 because having their own DJ may be a variable that could mess some things up, especially timing wise. You know what I mean? Because if I'm somebody's DJ, I may lean into it, so it may be another 2 minutes. I done messed the whole damn thing up. You know what I'm saying? I done messed the whole thing up because I done went 2 whole minutes, or maybe even a minute, because I know they sitting there with the clock up. That's it. Come on, get them up off. You know what I mean? So I understand that a bit. But me, it's also the presence, though. It's also the presence you have. Did nobody say anything because I didn't ask for permission? You know what I'm saying? I'm
You
serious.
just
I just
walked
went
over
up
there.
there.
He
I
was
just
like, excuse me, let me get up there real quick. They was like, oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, that's basically what it was. I didn't ask for permission. I just went there, and they was like, "Oh, Quest said what she said," and it was cool that people up there respected me, so I didn't have any issue. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
because you can tell. I'm glad it was the way it was because they probably thought all they had to do was press play. No, we. I don't think that they would have been
yeah,
able
that's not me.
to handle the set. And remember, there was something going on with the mic. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
look, we do all this to not do this.
That part. That
So
part.
if it's just press play and go about your way, and there's something with the mic, my set is not over. God forbid it's one of the people that paid. Like, no, you better know how to run that thing back to exactly where it's supposed to be so I can finish this set properly. That's the scary thing about the press plays. That's why I from when I used to be a promoter and I used to throw showcases, open mics, concerts, every level of performances. I never was so money hungry that I booked 1,000 artists just because I know I can. I had a cap because I want everyone to have a decent amount of time to showcase their talent. If it was situations where I had judges, I want to make sure there was respectable time for the judges to give their proper feedback, not judging them per se, but giving them some type of pointers to help them. And the crazy part is when I did a show like that, they heard what the judges had to say, and everybody's performance elevated the next time they performed. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. Next. This is not the DMV. Next. Like me personally, I don't like that stuff.
D32. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah. Rule number one: learn how to hold the mic. Rule number
Don't
one.
don't cuff it to where you're blocking
Yeah,
the comb.
yeah.
You know.
I used to be. Oh, that's the way you like. That's the way you like mics next to your mouth, or cupped up close to your mouth.
I hate when you literally see them spitting into the mic and they lip touching the mic. It ain't even your mic.
That part. You get your mic back and it stink.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have my own mic cover. Wait a minute. I have my own mic cover. Wait a minute. Now let me put this one on there. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here with that. You know what
Like
I'm saying?
yeah, like especially doing karaoke now I'm doing now. Like we be like here's the little mic cover for each person that goes up because we all know how you gonna use the mic.
If I did karaoke, I would do that same exact thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait, there's like a pack of hundreds that's like disposables?
Uh huh.
Or
yeah, yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Uh huh.
just making sure. Because I'm
Yep.
like, I don't
Yeah,
like people that much.
you're not gonna buy the $6 individual ones. You're not doing that. You're not buying the
No,
six
we
dollar
do
ones
like
for
the
everybody.
disposable, like they call it little mic condoms. You put it over and they take it off when they leave, and if they go back up, they still have it with them, so they put it right back on.
Yeah, this is yours for
So
the
we,
night.
we just doing this all night.
Yeah.
This is yours for the night. Hey. It's not
So,
enough. You know what I'm saying?
so yeah, like, and then you get some people that be like, they get offensive when you don't give them one, cause they're like, nah, we ain't using this mic like that. Mm-mm. I'm like, oh, okay, that's
Because some
cool.
people got the mic almost in their mouth. You know what I mean? Get
Oh God,
get
yeah.
out of here. Get out of
They
here.
feel like the louder they hear themselves, the better the sound quality. Like, no, you just sound muffled and stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah, now you sound muffled. That's exactly what you're saying. You sound muffled. I know how to control the sound. So get your lips off the damn mic. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
all I
Like,
notice. A lot of artists, they don't really take advantage of showcasing open mics, karaoke. They're all stepping stones. They're all practice stages, but they
mhm,
don't think of it
mhm,
like that. Some people think they're too big for open mics. They're too big for showcases. Karaoke just a thing you kiki in, or the ones who go extra. I'm like, no, it's a platform and a way to practice holding the mic, seeing how you sound, see how people gravitate to you. Karaoke is one of the best things for the fact that you're rocking off instrumentals.
mhm,
You know what I
mhm.
mean? So it's crazy how people don't really take advantage of the resources that they have. Just like with me, I know some people keep asking me going back in artist mode, but once I go back in artist mode, I'm actually going to put myself through artist development to make sure everything is on point. Because there's no point in coming out of retirement and I just look like somebody, literally auntie. Hey y'all, what's going on? It's TQuest, and I'm here. Just
Not
sorry.
on my watch. Not on my watch. The song gonna come out gonna be something that I'm gonna play. You know, that's not on my. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's gonna be something that I'm gonna want to personally play. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something that I want to personally play. You know what I mean? I
I'm
don't.
playing Fantastic Voyage as my intro song.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can play. Do you wanna? Do you wanna? No, I'm sorry. Let me stop. I mean, but let me keep it a buck. I'm going to take a quick um, a detour because what I was thinking about because I remember something that Prince said that when somebody tried to use his sample and he was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good with that. I don't want you to do that." He said because I'm an artist. I actually perform these songs. We actually play these songs with instruments and all that. And he said the thing. He said we actually sing and perform these live. You know what I'm saying? And then he said everybody doesn't. And you know who he's talking about?
Mm.
You,
Oh,
he was talking about at that time there were two artists that were considered the best out there. I'm talking about black artists. There was Prince and there was Mike. There was Prince and there was Mike. And when Prince said that, he said, "Yeah, I actually perform my stuff live." And he said everybody else. He said everybody don't.
Is this before or after he tried to run Mike over?
He did what? Say that again.
I said, is this before or after he tried to run Mike over with his
you
music?
gotta say the A word. Allegedly.
Yeah, yeah, allegedly. Yeah, well,
Protect yourself.
yeah, allegedly. Yeah, yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about
Oh,
that.
oh, you ain't. Oh, this is the day that Prince came on stage with Mike and James Brown and fell off the little thing. Oh, you ain't hear about that story?
Maybe I don't. Why don't you remind us about this
So
alleged act?
so James Brown had called Michael Jackson up to the stage, right?
Allegedly.
And they were singing and everything else. And Mike told James Brown that Prince was in the crowd. So he called Prince up. Prince was um, under the influence. Okay. So when
On
he
that
got
gorilla drink.
he was he got on stage and it was a like a pole, I guess a light pole, and he leaned on it and it fell on him. And
Lawsuit.
and so he felt like it was a setup, and we're like, everybody was like, "How's that a setup?" So he goes out to his car. He waits for Michael and his mom to come out to the concert,
Allegedly.
allegedly come out come out the concert, and allegedly try to run them over with his limousine.
Oh,
Okay, so there's too many he's in your story. I need clarification. There's too many guys in the story. Who
Oh,
throw through the light pole at the other person?
No. He Prince was leaning on the light pole, and the
and
light
fell.
pole fell. But
And
Prince thought it was a setup between Michael and James
James
Brown. That's
Brown.
how it
He
started.
thought it was a
Oh,
setup. Yeah, come lean on this pole, little man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Come
did
lean
he
on this pole,
fall?
little man.
yeah. Huh?
Did he fall?
Yeah, he fell, and that's why he got upset because he fell in front of thousands of people.
Yeah, I'll be a little upset too. Don't bring me and have me lean up. Oh, yeah, I'll be a little upset as well. I don't know if this happened before or after that, but I know for a fact that he said, oh, what you call it? Diddy had asked him.
Oh,
Diddy had asked him to use Nasty Girls. I
gotcha.
remember he asked him to use Nasty Girls for Biggie's song You Nasty Boy. That was supposed to have the Nasty Girls from Vanity Six. That was
Gotcha.
supposed to be behind that. And Prince was like, "Nah, I'm good with that." He's like, "I'm good." He said, "I'm good." Nah, that's not happening. You know what I mean? Because we are musicians. We actually play the songs, and we actually perform them. And he said, we perform these live. You know, and he said, unlike he said everybody doesn't do that. And it was obvious who he was talking about. He was talking about Mike. He was talking about Mike. And that's one thing I say. Mike was a very good entertainer. Very, very good
Mhm.
entertainer. But I think Mike made, this is my personal opinion, I think Mike made lip syncing acceptable for performers. I think he was the one, at least that's the first one I remember, that was lip syncing as a major artist. I don't remember anybody doing that before him. You know, he did it, then his sister did it. You know what I mean? And then other folks started doing it. I don't remember anybody before Mike, cause I remember he been on TV. I remember that. What was that thing that he did the moonwalk on, and everybody went crazy about?
Earth.
Huh?
What?
No, it was a performance. It was a performance.
Yeah, it was
Star
uh,
Search.
No,
not
it
Star
wasn't Star
Search.
Search.
It was some guy on CBS. I forgot. Uh,
Yeah, I don't remember what it was,
yeah.
but but I remember when he did the moonwalk, it was a flex, and I remember because I remember looking at that. Only thing that I could hear was that he was lip syncing. I'm like, he ain't singing. You know what I mean? I didn't even concentrate on the moonwalk. I'm just like, this the record. You sitting there lip syncing to the record. The moonwalk was nice, but I'm like, he ain't even singing. And it was at that point where I started paying attention. No disrespect to Mike. Mike was a great entertainer, a great entertainer. But I honestly think he made, what was this, hot take? You know what I'm saying? I honestly think that he made that acceptable, to go out there and sing over, not over your tracks. Don't even sing. Just go out there and dance and do whatever you do.
That part.
It was the Motown
Motown, yeah.
25th anniversary special.
There it is.
Okay, there you
Motown
go.
25th. There it is. Great job. Yeah, but I think he made that acceptable because I don't remember, people at that level doing it, back then on a regular. They may have been. I may be wrong. Somebody knows, feel free to chime in, and I'll go look. Matter of fact, I'll go look now. I'll let y'all
And
talk
like you
while
said, you might not have known somebody before that, right? But at the same time, Michael, like you said, he was entertaining you so much you didn't really care. But when you have some people like, very aggy, like, oh, he can't sing because he got songs behind him, but then so he plays it off so well because he got the mic and he's just like, so yeah, it's
So anybody who will be listening to this on audio version, Cyclops pause on purpose. There's nothing wrong with your audio.
So he plays it off so well. So if you don't have that ear to tell you to say, oh, he's singing with the song, you ain't gonna know because like I say, he played it off so well because he's an entertainer.
I'm trying to tell you. Entertaining is where it's at. And now that we live in the world of social media, everybody's catching everybody doing everything. This world is so judgmental. It is so bad. They will rip you apart from forgetting one letter on a word, for saying you wore a blue shirt when it was baby blue or gray, light gray. Like, no matter what you do, they are ripping you apart and finding every flaw as if the people that's typing are so perfect. It is sick. You know what I'm saying? It is sick how people are attacking everyone every single day. And they only let you get away with anything. That's why I tell people, like, if you really want to keep your sanity and you're a celebrity, you got to stay off of social media. Like, because these people is vicious.
What's it say? He without sin cast the first stone.
Look at you actually reading your Bible. Your mom be so proud. Ooh, look at her watching like my baby.
Like, yeah, so like you said, people are very judgmental, so it's and it be the ones that be like, oh, this is a judge-free zone, be the ones that really be judged.
Everybody. That's why when it comes to these different platforms, right? I don't want to come as being just mental. I'm just trying to give my opinion on whatever the question is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I really try to my best to be mindful of that because I'm not trying to come off judgmental. Even when we interview different people, artists, entrepreneurs, or whatever, I don't want to come off as judgmental. I'm just stating my opinion. You know what I mean? Because this world is sick. This world is sick, like for sure.
Yes. So, like I said, it's weird because you see so many videos now that people will put up to where the judgment is not on them, right? It's on AI because they'll put the AI voice and have him do the video that gets posted. Like, oh, look what I found. But no, this is how you really felt. And you just did this AI video to cover up how you feel.
Facts, yeah, but there's a lot of people that actually have mastered engagement farming. You know what I mean? They've mastered that. You know what I mean? And have discovered. I ain't saying that. Never mind. Let me be quiet. let me be quiet. Let me be quiet. Let me be quiet.
Like, and then, because, man, all these AI videos out here now you never know what's real, what's fake, right? I saw an interview on the video the other day. It was an AI video. It said, Bill Cosby has testified against Diddy. I said, how? Where? Did that happen? It said Bill Cosby testified against Diddy in the trial. I don't think that happened. I haven't followed the trial. Frankly, I don't care about the trial. But I'm pretty sure I don't think Bill Cosby is out here testifying against Diddy.
Yeah. I'll keep it a buck. If the trial had been televised, I would watch it. I don't know if I'd watch all of it, but I would definitely be paying way more attention to it than I am now. You know what I mean? It's some testimony I would have watched. I may have watched, when Cassie was testifying. I may have watched when
They said
Kid Cudi. I may have watched that. You know what
They
I
said
mean?
they tore Don from Damian King apart.
Oh, I'm sure they allegedly in more ways than one. I'm saying I'm just I was reading about some talking about engagement form. I was reading about some this past week about somebody that is a YouTuber.
Hmm.
Did not identify himself. He's like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. He said what makes me my money. He says I have two pages. I have a pro LeBron page and I have an anti LeBron page. He said he has two pages. A pro and an anti LeBron page. He said his pro LeBron page makes about 1,000 a month, right?
Hmm.
His anti LeBron page makes about 4,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow.
Something
But
about
they both his pages though. You know what I mean? He said so. He basically just he said because people are more engaged in hating LeBron than they are cheering him on. He said it's easy. He said he can make a content um, about Kobe better than LeBron on that page, and that's going to get views. But if you make that same post on the other page, it's not going to get the same engagement. I'm like, wow, you
You
know what I
two
mean?
remind me of LeBron.
But oh yeah, I know I'm the goat. I'm the greatest. You know what I'm saying? I am him.
I'm Kobe.
Yeah, you be Kobe. Rest in. No, I'm sorry. That was crass. That was crass as all hell. That was crass. That was crass. I didn't mean that. It was just joke. That was just yeah. My bad. I didn't mean that.
These are just jokes, people.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, that's it. The words that I may say, I may not always be. I may not always mean 100%. You know what I'm saying? Wow. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? This has been fun. You got something to say, Quest? I see you sitting over there with the Terror Squad lean back.
No, because I'm over here saying that you two remind me of LeBron. Y'all went stretching, you know, because I'm the GOAT. And he was like, yeah, you know, Kobe. I'm like, niggas. Like,
I mean, that's what I'm supposed to be. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I'm supposed to take that as ultimate praise. I'm not supposed.
Yeah,
I don't care
like.
about what it is details are. Why do you think that, Quest?
because LeBron just do what he do and don't bother nobody. Like, so much hate.
Oh well, yeah, that is true. Yeah,
And it's just like, what you two, y'all don't bother nobody. You get so much hate.
I don't bother nobody.
So it just reminded me of it really quickly. That's all.
Yeah, I don't bother nobody.
Yeah, I don't bother nobody, but there's people that hate my guts.
That part, boy.
I
We
don't
are
bother.
we could be the quietest persons in the room, right? But the most hating on.
Nino literally was the quietest person in the
Facts.
room.
Facts. It's facts.
So yeah,
That is
like,
facts.
man.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think, and I say this and I've said it before, um, I could be arrogant as all hell. I could. If I wanted to be, I could be arrogant as all hell. If I wanted to be. But I'm not because I'm like, for what? Me being arrogant is not going to be conducive to happy vibes in the room. You know what I mean? I'm not. But sometimes I get treated as if I'm the ultimate arrogant dude. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I just want everybody to shine and succeed. But there's some people that would like to create a narrative that I don't care or f with none of y'all. Some people would like to create that narrative. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's nice to be able to show others that ain't me. And when they say, yo, man, you cool as hell. I love blah 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 blah.
Such a delight.
Facts. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I don't. Well, I don't get that. Well, yes, I do. I understand exactly why that it is. But it's
My thing is, don't form an opinion off of somebody else's opinion. Form your own opinion of that person. If that makes sense. That makes sense.
well, that's always the case
Yeah.
because it could be for whatever reason, um, y'all two don't rock. You know what I mean? So you sitting there, cussing dude out. And sometimes the other person know like I don't know what's wrong with y'all, nigga. I ain't got no problem with dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like he owe you money. He owe me money.
I don't know what y'all got going on. But nah, we cool. You know what I'm saying? And real talk, not to keep it on anything in particular or any person in particular, or maybe I am. Uh, I love when people are like, no, nigga, you cool as hell, you know. I love that. They're like, yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but you cool as hell, blah blah blah. I love getting that. You know what I'm saying? Because I can just be naturally myself, and I ain't got to be dealing with fake, phony folks. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm like,
you one cool dude.
I remember somebody was laughing and joking with Nino, having a great old time. They didn't realize he was Nino, and then they was like, "Quest, where's El Nino?" I'm like, "Negro, you just talking to him right
You had a whole conversation with him.
Oh, I'm like, see, I didn't know what you was expecting, but I'm like, you had a whole conversation, laughing, joking, parlaying, and realize the person is literally the
yeah,
person.
that is me. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the silver fool you. You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm a
like you,
beast.
Silver.
Yeah, she like that. You know what I mean? That's why That's why I'm letting the silver fool. Now at the conference, I'm going to go to what is that? What is that? Beijing. I'm gonna be Beijing black, heavy as hell.
And my hair be colorful per usual.
Somebody's gonna be like, yo, who's this? Oh, it's Nino with his black ass face. You know what I mean? So
I can't
it is
dye
what it
mine if
is.
I even wanted to. It won't work.
Oh, where? Why not?
Because like I guess because after a day it's going right back to the gray. Like I tried it, it doesn't work.
Oh, it's because you gotta use the real kind. You know what I'm saying?
Not the one from Timu.
Yes, they don't use the Timo Jing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use the real kind.
Like yeah, like it's certain stuff that
Lemon Hayes in the building. What up?
I can't do because of this gray. It's horrible.
Well,
Like I can't lock it. I tried to lock it, it won't lock. Can't dye it. Can't do nothing to it. That's
Then
why
say a
people,
Dalmatian.
then just do you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Just do
like
you. You know what I mean?
so I always talk about this, just going all gray. But then
Okay, Cisco.
this is platinum, might as well be gray. It's different.
If this is platinum, they the same color. You know what I'm saying? They the same color. They literally the same color. You know what I
Like,
mean?
yeah, I was just uh somebody told me like, well, if you go bald, that one little pack is still gonna be there. I said, shut up. It's not gonna be there. It's not gonna be that one little pack over my head. No. Mm-mm.
Now I get it though. See, but and plus some mad people think I'm bald because I always wear a hat. I am not.
Or a hatfish, and he's not.
I am not. I am not. I am not because I know people like, yo, damn. Like, oh, he actually has a forehead. Yes, I do. I just enjoy my hats. I always have enjoyed hats. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy hats. That is me.
Man,
Period.
I used to wear hats a lot to a point where like you starting to go bald in that right here. I was like, oh no, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. So I had to retire my hats. Not too much, but it's not as often as because I used to wear hats every day.
I
Um,
understand. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I understand.
He's the way to
I
do
had a,
back too. Once Bow Wow was the face of it.
Why not?
you know what? No comment. No comment. So I had a Kevin Durant ball spot. I was getting it. I was like, I'm not keeping it.
All right. I see my babies over there. Baby girl.
Because y'all took a nap.
Yeah, we damn sure did take a nap.
You both woke up the same exact time
Yep.
before the show.
Yeah, she came in there. She like, yo, it's 5:30. I'm like, oh damn.
Look, I had my alarm clock set 10 minutes till. I was like, all right, let's go. Yep.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. I'm
I guess,
sorry.
look, I guess you get enough time to click that link.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Because we're such professionals, all we're gonna do is click it. You know, we know you're gonna show up.
yeah.
It'll be
There it
after
is. There it
you
is.
come in.
There it is. But there it is. This the Why Not podcast. This has been fun as always. You know what I mean?
always.
I enjoyed the show. You know what I mean? And remember, I am DJ ILL Nino. Who you is? Christian.
Ah, I am Mr. R&B DJ Cyclops 210 on everything.
That's not. Yeah, I'm at DJ ILL Nino on anything I care about. I should be caring about that other one, I guess, but whatever. That person on that platform is not me. And, never mind, I was about to say something. Go ahead, T-Quest.
And you can find me on
You mad low. Can't nobody hear that.
Yeah. Not the after dark voice. Not the after dark voice. I gotta hear you.
Yeah, that's after the show voice. So go ahead.
You can find me at TQuestGLM. And do not forget to download your TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store.
It's time for the Why Not Podcast. Why not podcast? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not podcast?
Oh, there it is. Y'all know I'm doing it loud. This beat is too slow. Let me speed it off a bit. Let's go. There you go.
Why not? Podcast. TQuest and DJ Cyclops.
Yeah, I try to attempt that. If I try to mimic that, that wasn't gonna work.
That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. Practice, man. Practice, man. That's all. That's practice. Practice to get better. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes you better. It does not make you perfect.
Yeah, that's what.
So there it is. All right. Until next time, we see y'all. DJ ILL Nino, DJ Cyclops, and my baby T-Quest. There it is.